Okay, so like I said, good morning and welcome to your first class of environmental chemistry, CH2770. Um, my name is Mark Skeins, and I'll kind of like introduce you to the course today. We do have double classes. So 2 times a week, we'll have class on Tuesday and Thursday at technically 9:30 and 12:30, but during the month of Ramadan, it'll change. So that'll be 10:40 and 1:20. I guess I'll introduce myself first, and then I'll talk about, the classes, what they'll be, what we'll do, um, how YouTube links will work, how the labs will work, most importantly, and things like that. How the notes and things will be shared as well. So maybe in the chat, you guys can let me know. You should be able to see right now the D2L page. If you can't see the D2L page, let me know. All right. So I didn't hear anything yet. You don't have to let me know. I just mean if you can't see it, let me know in the chat. So on the D2L page, I have a little welcome message I posted yesterday. And it's kind of like your frequently asked questions. So my name is Mark Skeins. You can see it here. Actually, let me get my pen going. I've been here. I think this is how sad it's been so long. I think this is my 7th year. I'm pretty sure. Here, I worked at the college back home for 4 years and then transferred over here for a change, and I haven't left. So I really like it here. It's been 7 years. I've taught everything from some first year engineering. I shouldn't say first year, but some of the process engineering courses. But my specialty is chemistry. So I mostly teach chemistry, and sometimes I teach math. So this is one of my courses. I'll say my courses. It's a course that I've been teaching here. I think like I told you, I might be one of the only ones left that has taught this course, because it's only really offered once a year around intercession. And this is probably my 3rd, maybe 4th time teaching this course. I think maybe last intercession somebody else taught it. So I might not be the only one, but it is a course I love. It's a course that I've developed for a few years. So it's it's pretty cool. I like this course. It's as weird as these times are with the self-quarantine and teaching from home and teaching online, and for you learning online, this is a really good online course because there's no math in this course. There's no crazy calculations. It's just information. And there's a lot of chance for me to kind of let you guys do some of your own learning through reading or maybe some YouTube videos. So it's a really cool course. So you can see my name here. Okay. Any questions, any issues, anything you have, or anything you need to know, the easiest way, especially since we're, of course, working online, is to send me an email. It goes right to my phone, so I can answer you back as soon as I can. So you can email me anytime you want. I think one of my bosses emailed me last night at like 1 a.m. with some stuff for today. So you can email me anytime. I might not get back to you at 1 a.m., but you can email me at any time. Most of your course information will be under the content tab. Now, because you guys are Chemistry 2770 students, you probably have used D2L before. You obviously used it last semester, I'm guessing, because of the online things that we're dealing with right now. So basically, anything you need in this course is at the top of this page, which I have to change to my mouse, which is under content. So like I said, anything you would need in this course would be here right at the top of the page. Assessments is not something I normally use in environmental chemistry, but because we're doing online, you might have your tests or quiz. Well, I guess it's just tests here and labs. They would be up here. But between content and assessments, that's all you really need. All right, let me just kind of go down again. We'll talk about the course information sheet and the course outline in a few minutes. Classes begin today. I have a few of you here. How do we do them online? So let me explain how they work online. Well, how I work online. I'll do the classes every class day, so Tuesday and Thursday at class time. Now, like I mentioned earlier, typically it will be 9:30 in the morning and 12:30. That's Tuesday and Thursday. But for Ramadan, so for this next month or so, maybe three and a half weeks that's left, I guess almost a month, we'll be doing 10:40 and 1:20. And that's a loose time, meaning we might get started 10:45. I usually give a few minutes for people to join the meeting, or 1:25, for example. These are double classes. And I'm being recorded right now, so maybe I shouldn't say this, but I guess I have to. This, guys, is not a long course, meaning we don't have to use the full class time. There'll be lots of time for you guys if you want to, I might give you a YouTube video to watch, or you might have to work on a lab, or, maybe you have another course you need to work on. We won't be here every class for a really long time. This is like, trust me when I say this is a good course for intercession, and not the worst course to be done online. So your class times, try to be roughly on time. I don't mind if you're late. And like I said, we won't ever go the full distance. We won't need to. Okay, the next one, how will Ramadan affect class times? I assume most of you know this is probably not your first semester. I don't think it is. It shouldn't be. The classes just change during Ramadan, and you have to use a new schedule. And the schedule is on the bottom down here under this red text. You can see the Ramadan schedule at the bottom, and it should be in your email as well. There's 5 out of 7 of you here, so I assume you guys obviously knew how to do that. There might be more than 7 of you after too. I haven't checked the updated attendance. This was yesterday. Okay, this is a big one. Will there be labs this semester? This is a tough one for us in the chemistry, biology, physics department. We have been told we have to have labs, and we want to have labs, but we have meetings, and we've had meetings to try and figure out what we're going to do. So this is a really interesting course. It's environmental chemistry. This is not like 1200 or 1210 or 1201, whatever you did. It's not like we're talking about ionic solutions and solvents and titrate. Well, we are going to talk about titrations, but we're not using Bunsen burners, and it's really different. And the way that the labs work in a regular semester is we use a test kit, and this, you'll see what I mean once I actually start teaching. But we will test environmental parameters, so like water quality or air quality, using a purchased test kit. These test kits can be, like something somebody would use in a swimming pool, like, very inexpensive chemicals, or they could be, hundreds or thousands dollars worth of digital equipment, lab-based equipment. we will kind of talk a little bit more about that as the course begins. But what I'm trying to say is we obviously can't do that from home. So I can't send you the test kits. We don't have enough anyways for to send to everybody. And it wouldn't really be realistic without me there, because there's issues with sending these kits away. Anyways, long story short, the way the labs will work this semester is I will either give you like a Zoom presentation, so I might demonstrate the lab for you, or I might give you like an offline lab, as in I might give you the results of a scenario. So I might say, you test this water sample and you get this result, answer these questions. So, it won't be maybe as fun as being in the classroom, but I'll try my best to make it as authentic as possible. Again, like I mentioned, this Zoom stuff, I'm looking at getting a test kit home with me, and I can video myself and kind of explain the kit and maybe test my own water or something. Maybe I'll go find some swimming pool and get some water from there and test it, and we'll talk through it, and then you guys will answer some questions about that. So there are labs, and you can kind of think of those labs as assignments. And I'll talk about, test assignments, labs, finals in a minute. Okay, last thing, and then I'm going to get into my course information sheet. What are some important dates this semester? So I'm here on the bottom. Okay, classes begin today. At the end of this week, registration is closed. So we might get, more than 7 students. We could have 10 right now. I don't know. I haven't checked today. Big one, last day to withdraw is May 4th. Last day to drop without academic prejudice is May 18th. So what that means is if you drop before May 18th, the mark won't go on your transcript. Classes end June 17th. That's classes, not school. And then final exams are this week. And you'll see next to final exams, there's a little red asterisk, and then there's some red text below. We don't really know what's going to happen in the future. We are expecting to be distanced the whole semester and hopefully be back in September. Excuse me, September. We don't know, you don't know, nobody knows. So the final exam, last semester, you might have had an online thing, an assignment, something like that. The final exams we're going to leave kind of up in the air for now, as in, how will we do them? So we'll worry about the final exam, in a couple of weeks when it gets closer to that. Just know that I strongly doubt you will be coming into CNAQ to write it on a piece of paper. If you do it for me and I have the choice, it will be like a D2L quiz, or a D2L test or assignment. So nothing too crazy. Okay. I know this is a little boring and it's weird because I can't even see you and I don't know what any of you look like, but just give me a little bit more time to introduce the course, and then that'll kind of be it for today. I might just show you what chapter 1 looks like, but that'll be about it. Okay, so in the content tab, I have a few things for you right now. I have the course information sheet and the course outline, and then I have your first lecture up here as a PDF. All of my lectures will be recorded to Zoom and then uploaded to YouTube, and I'll give you guys a YouTube playlist. The YouTube playlist will contain in order all of our classes. So I'll have like week 1, class 1, week 2, week 1, class 1, week 1, class 2, week 2, class 1, week 2, class 2, and on and on. And if you miss a lecture, maybe you have to go, maybe you show up late, every single minute of every single lecture or class or Zoom meeting, whatever they call it, I will put on YouTube. So don't worry if you have to go step away, or if you're late, or you miss a class, you slept in. They will all go up on YouTube. It is kind of important, though, that you do come to the actual class, because once I start teaching, there'll be some room or areas for questions, and I'll give you guys some really important information regarding things like tests and your finals. So you want to make sure you come to class. Okay, so let's start at the course outline. I know that's a weird one to start with, but I just kind of want to, explain to you what this course even is. Okay, so I know I've only told you my name and a couple of little things, but what is this whole course? What are you going to learn? It's a really cool course. It's obviously called Environmental Chemistry, as you can see at the top, and it's something I really, really like to teach. It's like chemistry with a purpose. So instead of learning about the atom and ions and things that we can't see, or things we might not really relate to, we're going to look at things like water quality or atmospheric quality or waste management. So there's only 4 chapters, and it's a really, really nice, quick course. We will have so much time to do this course. There won't be any rush or anything like that. So the first chapter, which will probably start tomorrow, to be honest, Thursday. The first chapter is environmental chemistry, just like what is it. There are a couple of important things in that chapter, though, that aren't common sense. It's not just what is environmental chemistry. There's a couple of important topics in there. Guys, I'm telling you right now, to the 5 people that are here with me, this chapter 2, huge, huge, huge chapter. I mean, literally huge. It's like 150, maybe 170 something slides. Most of this course will be about water chemistry. Now, that sounds kind of boring, but it should be called almost water quality. We're going to look at testing. What are some parameters of water quality? How can we test for it? Man-made issues, natural issues for water quality. Really, really cool chapter. Chapter 3 is very similar. It's just a lot shorter, and it's about atmospheric quality or chemistry. And then chapter 4, again, is very short. It's called waste and waste management. Chapters 3 and 4 probably take 2 classes each, or less. No, less. I don't even know. They're very short. But water chemistry will take us some time. So I won't say anything else for now about this, guys, because this would be a lot to read. But if you're curious to what are some things you're going to look at in this course, you can look through this course outline. Everything here, basically, we will look at. And it's actually not a long course outline. This is a really nice course. Okay, you can see on the bottom the evaluation. I'll get to that right now. Okay, course information sheet. I'll do this, guys. Then I will maybe just kind of introduce the first chapter, because this is a double class, meaning, I don't want to waste 2 classes. So I'll do this sheet. I'll very quickly introduce the first chapter, and then that'll be it for today. All right. So this, guys, is your course information sheet. This is basically, the important details about this course, all the stuff you need to know written on this sheet. You know my name already. You can see my office there. Not much use in this time. I guess I don't have an office anymore. I have a living room. So you can forget about my office. So you got my name. This is something I used to use when I first got here, this Twitter link. When I first got here, it was a lot of my students used it, so I decided to use it. This is again 7 years ago. I find now most students are okay with email, D2L, or mostly WhatsApp. I usually don't do WhatsApp unless the students really want me to. So for the most part, the best way to talk to me is email. Okay. Telephone, this is my office telephone. So obviously not going to work right now because I'm home. And then this link here is all you need on the bottom. So between my name, my email, and then the D2L page, that's all you need. Okay, and again, if WhatsApp is something you really want to use, you can send me an email and we can talk about that. All right, the evaluation. Excuse me. The evaluation is very simple. There are some tests and quizzes. These will be done, of course, on D2L through the D2L assessments or quizzes tab. I'll call it tab, if you know what I mean by tab, like up top. So if you go up to the top of the page and you see, you know, I think it says, what does it say? Assessments or quizzes? Hold on. Yeah, so if you look at the assessments tab at the top of the page, all of your quizzes will be done through that, your tests, everything. Normally they would be done on paper, but we're not here. We're not in school, I should say. There'll be some labs. Now, guys, there will be only 5 labs. Okay, sorry. So there will be 5. They will also be online. And you will also do them in the same quiz tab. You know, everything will be done on D2L. That's a number 5, guys. I don't know if you can see that. 5. So there will be 5 labs, about 1 a week. Now there will be no lab this week. Okay. So no labs this week. We'll talk more about the labs on Thursday's class, but one thing I'll mention to you guys is most of your labs will be done offline. What I mean is I might give you a video, I might give you a link like an activity, I might give you a recording of myself, and then you guys can do the work outside of class time. So if you look on your schedule and you see your lab slots, those aren't like, you don't have to show up at the lab time. The labs won't be live is what I'm trying to say. The labs will all be pre-recorded activities. So don't worry about the labs and the labs on your schedule. It's again, that's just, if we were in school, that's the time you would show up in building 5 or building 5 is where we have these labs. In terms of your scheduled labs on your schedule, don't worry. All of the labs will be done by you offline. So again, like I said, I'll record a video, I'll upload myself, something like that, a video of me doing the lab or a demonstration, and then you guys can kind of work on that after. The final exam, very large, it's worth 50%. Now that, as you know, last semester changed a little bit, so it might change. We'll see how the final exam goes, but there's your breakdown. So you'll definitely have a test based on chapter 2 or regarding chapter 2, and then you might have some quizzes on the other chapters. So honestly, guys, not a real big you know, course, not a lot of things. There's no assignments in the course evaluation. There's no, you know, they call it semester work. It's just some tests and quizzes. You'll have a couple online labs and then the final exam. And of course, everything will be online. Okay, almost done. I'm boring myself here, so I won't take too much longer. Passing grade for this course is a 60. This is interesting. This is like my standard course information sheet. So if you again, this is a weird semester. If you miss something, you need a note, but we're not in school. Most of your things won't be timed, meaning like you don't have to show up at like, 9:30 a.m. to write a test. The test will be done over some time. You can kind of log in whenever you want. But I will tell you this, guys, if something happens, if you have a family issue, if you had to go to the hospital, don't worry about missing something. And, if you are worried, you can always take a picture of a medical note. But this is such a strange time. I wouldn't worry about, uh, sick notes, family issues. I know Ramadan is, different time as well. So, basically, I'm going to be pretty easy this semester. We won't have to worry about too much. There's probably not many chances you'll miss anything. The only way you guys could really miss something is if you don't do it. So if the final exam comes and you didn't do, the second quiz, or you didn't do lab 2, and it's the day before the final, I probably can't get you to do it. So, the only reason you would miss something, the only reason you get a 0 is just because you didn't do it. So I don't think this will be a big issue. Again, here, this is just me trying to sound fancy. Late assignments and lab reports won't be accepted. That's just, just so I sound important or sound, fancy. I don't think this will be a big issue, but I will warn you about being late. If I give the answers to a quiz back, or if I mark the test and give the answers to the test back, I can't let you do that test. So, with the labs and assignments being late won't really be an issue. But if you do miss a test, and when I say miss it, you don't log in and you don't do it that day, and then 3 days later I mark it and give it back, that could be a problem. So please, please, please try to get your tests done. Like I said, I'll give you an entire day to do it. So you could do it at 9 a.m. or you could do it at not midnight, but 10 p.m. It doesn't matter. The formats of tests and exams, I'll give you at least a week before we do them. And then you can see on the bottom in the red, of course, the final exam, things could change. But as of now, the final's worth a very large part of this course. Okay, I've been talking for a long time. Does anybody have any questions before I kind of finish up? Any questions about the course objectives, the evaluation, the labs? Any questions? All right, hold on. My mouse is being weird. I think I have something in the chat. None from me, none from you. Okay, perfect. Sorry, guys. And guys, I promise. I'm even surprised you guys answered, because I've been just talking for 30, 40 minutes. The classes won't be as ridiculous as this. I promise. This is a really interesting course. I think it's interesting. So Thursday's class will be a lot better than this. I promise. Okay. Let me kind of finish it up here then, and you guys can go and take a break. My office hours, well, that's not a thing, right? If normal semesters, I put them on my office door, but the easiest way to do that is to email me. The D2L is your source for this course. Crash Course and Khan Academy are two good links, but the D2L resource page is all you guys would need. Major course units. Unit 1, introduction, we'll start that, we'll start that Thursday, but I will kind of introduce it to you today, kind of show you how it works. Academic integrity, this just means don't cheat. This is a weird kind of thing because you guys are going to be doing this online. So most of my quizzes will be slightly random. So cheating won't be as easy. But yeah, please don't cheat. Attendance. You are expected to attend all these online classes and laboratories. Now, when I say attend the laboratory, I mean just complete them. I do record the attendance. I've been told by my boss this semester to write down all the names of the students who are here. It's obviously not worth any marks or anything, but yeah, I am going to be recording your attendance. Other course information, try to be on time. If you're late, doesn't matter, just come on in. And that's it. And it says here, cell phones must be placed on silent. Obviously not a big deal for this semester. Okay, so guys, basically, and I won't really do anything today, if you guys have a printer or access to a printer, one thing you might do between now and Thursday is you can print your notes. Now you don't have to. You really don't need to. All of this will be up on YouTube, but this is a PDF and you can print your notes. You can save this to your computer and print these notes. So they're done up. So when you print them on A4, it'll be 2 slides per page. So nice and big. All right. If any of you guys are printing from home, and this is much more important for chapter 2, if you're printing from home and you want a different format for printing, maybe you want 6 slides per page. And when you guys see chapter 2, you might want that because chapter 2 is like 150 something slides. I can email you any format you want. This is a good one to print because there's only 12 pages. And again, if you don't have a printer, you don't need to print. I don't have a printer. So, it's not a big deal if you don't print these. All right, so I guess, you know what, that's pretty much it because I'm trying to think of what I could introduce, but I guess there's not all that much to do. When you guys come to class on Thursday, I will have this shared on Zoom as a PowerPoint, so it'll look a little bit better than this. It won't be, my slides here or my PDF. It will be a nice big PowerPoint. Okay, so I think that's it. I think I've bored you enough. Hopefully I can get to know you guys a bit more this semester. I know it's going to be a weird semester, but anyways, that's it from me. So if you guys don't have any questions, you are free to go. And on Thursday, remember there's no lab tomorrow. Or, you don't have you don't have to worry about a lab tomorrow. You don't have to show up to class or anything. But on Thursday, I'll see you guys at 1:20 because of the Ramadan time. All right, I'm going to hit stop record. And again, if you have any questions, let me know.